SMT Nation, we back. Nation, I got a T-Mobile network update for you all. You may be seeing this yourself. It might be something you've noticed, but I saw it yesterday when I was looking at the connection log on my Google Pixel 7 Pro. And I think T-Mobile may have kind of changed some of the icon configurations for what's considered to be 5G UC. So I want to tell you guys what I'm seeing, maybe kind of poll the nation and see what you guys are seeing. See if we can make some sense out of all this. Anyways, if you guys want to follow me on the platform, the social platform X, the artist formerly known as Twitter, you guys can do that. The handle is in the description at sneedtech, and that'll be in the description. And ways to support us are also found in the description as well. All right, so I'm looking at the connection log. The icon in the upper right hand corner of my Google Pixel 7 Pro shows 5G UC, and then I noticed that the anchor band, the main connection, is N25. That's not, in and of itself, any type of surprise. We've been seeing N25 for several months. But when I haven't seen N25 be considered to be 5G UC, which now I think with a certain configuration may actually be the case. So what we're seeing here is the 1900 megahertz N25 connection, which I believe is coming in at a bandwidth of, I would assume, about 25 megahertz. All right, and the reason I'm assuming that is because the other band that it's connecting to it, simultaneously, is N71, which, the 600 megahertz, they have 15 megahertz of it on N71, and 5 megahertz still remains on band 71, which is LTE. So what I think is happening here, and we spoke on Twitter, had an exchange, me and Jake Pimentel, we kind of came to the conclusion it's probably a combination of the two bands that works out to be an aggregation, a combination of 40 megahertz of bandwidth. And that's how I think T-Mobile is considering this to be 5G UC. A combination of at least 40 megahertz of bandwidth qualifies it. Now, typically when I see 5G UC, it's for N41. And, T-Mobile across most of the nation, most of the country has like 160 megahertz of it on average, right? So you might have something like 140 megahertz of it on N41. And in my market, they still have 20 megahertz on LTE for whatever reason. But that's 5G UC in its truest form, right? You actually have legitimate wide band or, larger swaths of bandwidth on a channel. So I wanted to show you guys the performance. It wasn't very good. You guys can see that the RSRP isn't that great, and the SINAR isn't incredibly amazing, but it's fine. Here's 130 megabits and on the downlink and 0.66 on the uplink, so not really a good performer. Some jitter there. The unloaded ping's decent at 23 milliseconds, but we got loaded latencies that aren't very good. But that's the connection. So what I want you guys to look out for is look out for the 5G UC connection, even when you're not connected to N41. And I think the reason they're doing this is to show 5G UC in more situations. There are situations and circumstances where N41 doesn't reach indoors, but the N25 will. Along with the N71, combine the two bandwidth allocations and channels, you got yourself 40 megahertz, they'll call it 5G UC. So I asked the question, and I posed it there on Twitter, on X. I asked, T-Mobile considers, N25 to be ultra capacity. The whatever proposed 40 megahertz bandwidth combination could be. My question is, do you consider it to be ultra capacity? I personally don't. I think, because, and I know why they're doing this, right? The old LTE channel bandwidth limitation was 20 megahertz. And they're basically saying, well, if we can double the bandwidth to 40 megahertz in our channel aggregate, well, then we should be able to call it 5G UC. And that's fine. I don't really care that they're doing it. It doesn't change the outcome. You guys can see whether it says 5G UC or not doesn't indicate it's going to be a quality connection, right? But just to kind of see and poll the people, get the pulse of the nation, is N25, N71, which is a low band and mid band combo, should we consider that to be ultra capacity? It's really your opinion, but give me your rationale and justification, and then provide me some feedback. Tell me what you've been seeing. And again, this is unique because I've only seen this on the Google Pixel 7 Pro out of all my phones. I never saw this, I don't think, with the iPhone, and I'm not sure if it's showing the same 5G you see for the N25, N71 combo on the Galaxies. But share your experiences with me and tell me your opinion on this matter. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.